I congratulate you all on 100 years of struggle for working people in Greece. The ILO is just 1 year younger than you, but like you, we've also decided to focus our centenary on the future of work because we understand that the most important chapters of our shared history are those that we have yet to write. Since the early 20th century, the Greek trade union movement has epitomized workers' collective action across Europe and globally for a fairer world of work, more democracy, and social justice at the workplace and beyond. And of course, the history of YESE in its first 100 years of existence has not been without challenges generated by dramatic political and social and economic events. And in the past decade, we're all familiar with the impact that successive bailout agreements and fiscal consolidation programs have had on the people of Greece. August of this year marks the formal end of the MOU associated with many sacrifices for Greek working people, and I'm hopeful that the period that follows will bring a renewed and a forward-looking focus on a better future, one with social justice. And this next period will call upon Greece's tripartite constituents to work together to recover the significant ground lost over the last decade in the areas of collective bargaining, of decent work conditions, and adequate social protection, to explore ways to mitigate the excessively high levels of unemployment, underemployment, and informality, which impact the sustainability of enterprises and of social security, and to cope with the depletion of the country's human resources due to the departure of hundreds of thousands of highly educated young people from Greece over the last few years. And all of this will have to be considered within a context of profound, transformative changes which are shaping the world of work globally. These changes, driven by technological innovation, changing demographic and migration trends, climate change, and the uncertainties of globalization, are unprecedented in their scale and their speed. It's therefore fundamentally important for Greece, as it is for all ILO member states, to understand these changes, to anticipate their impacts, and to shape them to meet the objectives that you wish to set. And equally, we must all confront these challenges with the conviction that the future of work is not decided in advance. It is a future that you must make according to the values and the preferences that you choose and through the institutions and the policies that you design and you implement. I am of course aware that the previous period has generated great uncertainty, particularly in Greece, and led many to question the capacity of existing institutions and policies to provide them with the future that they want. In this context, your efforts to restore trust in the value of social dialogue and social partnership is more important than ever. Historically, social dialogue, part of Europe's democratic DNA, has proven remarkably useful in helping countries to navigate through periods of the greatest economic uncertainty. It's played a paramount role in overcoming common economic and political challenges and in managing transitions. And as the YESE turns 100 this year, I'm glad to observe that reflections on the changes and the challenges associated with the future of work have already begun in Greece, and that includes today in the context of this conference. So let me congratulate the Greek trade unions and your employer partners in particular for the recent signature last March of the 2018 National General Collective Agreement, committing them to facilitate the transition to a low-carbon economy and to work together in other future of work areas. And as the ILO celebrates its own centenary in 2019, we too have been holding global reflections on the future of work. And you have been part of the national dialogues that are feeding into the work of the ILO's Global Commission on the Future of Work as they try to identify the key world of work challenges of our time and then determine what must be done to meet them. So I conclude by emphasizing that the ILO is using this historic moment not only to look back at what has been done over the last 100 years, but also to look ahead at what needs to be done in the future to carry our mandate forward to promote social justice and decent work. Greece has had a very important role in the history of the ILO, and I'm convinced that that will continue in the future. So as you inaugurate this very timely conference, rest assured that the ILO remains committed to work with our Greek constituents to address the challenges ahead and to harvest for working people the opportunities which go with them. I want to wish you all a very successful conference. Thank you.